Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Melanie Hapisu. For those who are new here, my channel is called Sessions with Namloash because my middle name is Namloani and in short it's Namloash. So today I have a guest on my channel who's going to be actually interviewing me around a few questions that people have really been asking around how has my digital marketing journey been? How did I get here? How was my career in the corporate space? And so today is that day that I'm going to be answering it. And so I'd like my guest to introduce herself, then we can start off.
Hi guys, so my name is Masika Ponda. I'm a digital fashion content creator on Instagram. My handle is Kenyan Heart, and today I will be interviewing Melanie on her digital marketing journey, and I hope you guys will learn one or two things from her journey.
Great, thanks. I think we can start off.
Okay, so my first question for you will be, because I'm sure there are new people who will be watching this video. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Wow. So as I mentioned, my name is Melanie Hapisu. I'm a digital marketing consultant. Basically, what that means is I do different digital marketing projects with a number of clients. I've had the honor of working with both big and small companies to come up with digital marketing campaigns. And so, in a nutshell, what I do is I help businesses navigate their way online and actually start building a presence online that actually relates to what their consumers are looking for in terms of content. So that's me.
Wow, that's impressive. So could you mention one client that you've worked with?
Wow, one client I've worked with, I think for the sake of this phone call, now that we're just ladies, I will mention Cortex. So Cortex is actually one of my clients. I've been handling their university She Can Award campaign. So basically just a campaign around appreciating ladies, but from a university kind of level, because they have one where they do with other bigger influencers. So Cortex is one of my clients.
Okay. So actually the She Can campaign is still ongoing. So you guys can check out their website and learn a little bit more about it. So now I know that you wanted to be an engineer and I know that you studied BBIT, but now you are in the digital space. What do you have to say about that?
Wow, yes, engineering was the dream. But then eventually things changed, and I'm actually really glad that they changed. Although today's conversation is all about digital, so I won't talk much about the engineering bit of it. However, on the description section, I'll actually add a link to an interview I did around the engineering part of my life. So, how exactly I got to digital was through just managing a few friends' pages. So, I had a group of friends who used to organize certain events and they didn't have anyone to handle their social media. So I mean, I offered myself and said, why not? It's just, coming up with a short caption, uploading an image and posting it because that's what I thought digital marketing was. So I did that for a few months and, I realized I enjoyed it. My friends would call me for their events to manage their pages. And one day, one of my friends just told me, you know what? Make this your career. Because in addition to managing people's pages, I was also a social media addict personally. So I was always on social media. No day could pass without me posting. And so my friends are like, please, this should be your career, full-time basis. And I was like, okay, is there really a career like this? So I mean, I did my research, started realizing that there are actually careers like this. So I had to change my CV. I actually started putting my friends' companies on my CV so that, I mean, it looks like I have some experience so that when I'm applying for a job, I'm not told, you don't have the experience. So I mean, that's how it started. And it slowly grew to something else because I managed to get a job in that space at an agency for 1 year. And after 1 year, my dream grew so big. And I thought, why not? Let me start consulting so that I can manage this dream on my own. And that's where I am now.
Wow. So in short, it started as a hobby and grew into now your full-time career.
Yes.
That's really impressive. So now that you're in the digital space, I have a question that I'm sure many are wondering. So to be in the digital space, which is part of the creative industry, do you need to be a creative or is it something that you can grow into?
Wow. I think it's actually better if you're born with the creativity, because
Uh-huh.
it kind of comes naturally. For me, unfortunately, I was not born with creativity. So it's something I had to learn. And I think digital marketing has really given a very good space to learn that because you have to just think like your consumer. That's it. That's the secret. And so I think in terms of creativity, once you're able to think what a consumer wants and what exactly they need from you as a company, then I guess that's where the whole creativity conversation starts from. So it's actually something you can grow into. You don't have to be born with it.
Okay, so at least all hope is not lost for those people who are trying to get into this industry and they're looking at people on social media and wondering, my God, I can't do that. But here's encouragement. You can actually do it. So I want us to take a turn with this conversation, yeah? So when did you graduate?
Hey, I graduated in June 2018. I mean, I've not been asked that question in a while. That's why I've laughed because I'm like, wow, when did I graduate? June 2018.
Okay. And
Yeah.
did you get a job immediately? Like what was your first job?
Okay, so actually I was in Strath, and what happened is I finished my coursework in December 2017, but then my
Mhm.
graduation was the next year in June 2018. So I got a job actually before graduation. I managed to get a job around February 2018.
Mhm.
Actually more of an internship, not really a job. So believe it or not, internship was around software development because I studied BBIT. And I mean, I could go to work every day, but it's not something that was in me, like digital marketing was. So after 6 months, that was after graduation, I actually realized, you know what, I could be happier. I could be happier in digital marketing, and decided, you know what, no more of that path. Let's see what you can do in digital marketing. And I actually now started actively applying for jobs for digital marketing. So I actually got my first official job in August 2018.
August 2018. So you don't count the one for Feb as a job.
No, I don't. Especially the fact that it wasn't in my line of passion. Mm-mm. I don't count it as a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you don't you feel like that was when did you finish the first job in Feb?
I finished the job for Feb. I finished around June, right before graduation, because I graduated at the end of the month. So I finished the other internship at the beginning of the month.
Okay, so that means that in between between Feb and August, that's when you were still handling social media accounts for your friends.
Yes. So even while I was on the internship, I was still doing, I was still handling social media pages for my friends. But you see, it was during the weekend because I only had to
Oh,
attend an event, see people performing, tell the photographer to feed me photos, I put them up. So it wasn't at the time consuming. Yeah.
okay. So guys, clearly you can see you can still pursue your passion on the weekends, even though you're doing a full-time job, do what you love. So don't let your job limit you from pursuing what you love. Anyway, so for my next thing is um, now I would like to know a little bit about your corporate world journey, because I'm sure even though you are in the digital space, there's that aspect where you've mentioned you worked a little bit in the company where you are a software developer. So how was your experience as a in the corporate world journey?
Hey, this corporate world journey, maybe I should begin from uni, because in uni, being in Strath, there are a number of times we had to do internship in order to gain some certain credits. So I mean, I got the privilege of doing my first internship at Safaricom. Then after that, I worked at an organization called iLab Africa. Both of them were internships. And I can tell you, being in different organizations really helped with my corporate journey because you had to learn different cultures of organization. So for example, Safaricom was very corporate. However, there was also the fun side. Then iLab was very, very corporate, you know. And then when I finished with iLab, after I finished now uni before graduation, I did the software development internship at an organization called FinTech. And now FinTech was like extremely serious. You know, there was no fun. It was just develop, 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 develop. And being a bubbly person, that was so hard for me to cope with. So you can imagine readjusting was a little bit hard. But then even after that, then I managed to work at an agency called Eyes on Africa, and it was totally opposite. They were serious, yes, but you know, marketing agencies are very fun. So starting with dress code, I mean, being in Strath, working in serious organizations, you know, I was used to being official. So if I would not wear maybe an official trousers cut, maybe I'd wear khaki, but I wouldn't let loose sana. Now at the agency, people would come in t-shirts, hoodies, and I'm like, okay, guys, it's time to work. Like, why are you dressed like this? People would come, some people would have dreads and they're so shaggy. So at first I was like, whoa, I can't manage. So actually that place I would, at first I'd wear heels and official things, and I mean, people were like, look at this chick, Then I mean,
Yeah.
slowly I adjusted, so I'd wear jeans and high heels and a coat, so that I'm semi-official kidogo. So I didn't
Yeah.
completely let go of the official part because it's something that I really wanted to keep in my mind, considering that my job included me meeting clients a lot. So you don't want a client to wonder, you've come for a meeting in a hoodie. In as much as the hoodies were branded for the company, I didn't want to let the clients down in terms of first impression. So I mean, for me, my corporate journey has been, I would say, tough. I wish I had a trial, where I could do rematch all the time, because trust me, it's been hard. I didn't have any practice before meeting a client. It was just like, boom, meet this client and, do your thing. And you're like, okay, I've never interacted with the client before. What am I supposed to do? In fact, at the agency, I think I learned so much because it was my first time to pitch before a board of directors, and I had never done it before. These are people who are probably old enough to even be my father or my grandfather, and I'm here to pitch to them and tell them, this is why you need to give me this kind of money. And they're thinking, okay, you 22, 24-year-old, what are you saying to us? So, I mean, that has been my journey, but it's been amazing. It's been really helpful to kind of have like a mom in the office. That's what helped me. So I'd find maybe someone who I relate to in the office who's not really mommy, but she's like a cool mom, and that's who I'd make my friend in the office, so that it's also not hard to adjust, and also so that when I'm going in the wrong way kidogo, they can kind of remind me, please, you're overdoing it. You're young, but you're overdoing it. This is an office. So I think that really helped me. It's really, really helped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can actually relate to the part of dress code. Back in school, there's this time we went to a certain company. It's called Coco Labs. And the dress code is quite casual. And I was so shocked because, people would come in piercings, like all over their face. And I'm like, I thought you're working, but wow. But also there's something that you mentioned quite important, where you can get like a friend in the company who is you're going to work with and is going to like help you maintain, like keep on track as you continue working. So I have like one last question for you in regards to that. So I read on your LinkedIn endorsements that you're quite professional. So can you attribute that to your corporate world journey?
Definitely I can, because I think that's where the element of me being professional came from. Because I mean, having my first internship ever at Safaricom was not a joke. You have to put your games aside and be a Safaricom employee. So for me, I would really attribute my professionalism to that, because I got to practice throughout. And then being able to work for a big company like Safaricom, of course, there were things like induction, where you'd be taught basic things like how to carry yourself out in the office, how to be professional, how to speak, how to write professional emails. So I think especially my experience at Safaricom really helped. I had such a wonderful boss, and I had such a wonderful desk mate who actually helped me move through in the corporate world. So in case I had something to ask and I was, ashamed of asking my boss, I'd always ask her, and she'd make things so much easier, because it was so easy to ask her because she was like my friend. So I think I'd attribute my professionalism to all that, because I've gotten to kind of practice at different companies how to actually be professional. So yes.
Okay. Clearly, guys, you can see you need that friend. You need that friend in your corporate space, clearly. She's mentioned it twice. So, but actually her professionalism is also something that I can attest to. And with that said, well, there's another common statement that you keep on saying. It's on your Instagram post, your LinkedIn, and it is you eat, sleep, and breathe digital. So there's one thing that I actually want to add unto that. You also teach digital, yes?
Yes, I do.
So could you tell us a little bit about your master classes and any other training around digital marketing that you do?
Okay. So I've actually trained a lot since December 2019. I've been doing a lot of training. Actually, people online actually mistake me for being a trainer. So people imagine, okay, she doesn't implement strategies, she doesn't come up with strategies. But I do both. It's just that what I decide to put out the most is training because I've realized it's a need, especially in the Kenyan market. And so I've made it my problem to solve that problem. And so, yes, actually, I do a number of trainings. Number one, I actually train with an organization called Redilan. So basically, it stands for Redefine Learning, where we train university students on digital marketing, specifically something we call content marketing. So producing content that consumers can actually relate to or content they want. So I've actually been doing trainings with them since 2019 to date. But then in addition to that, I also launched my own master classes from March, and then Corona knocked on our door. So I had to actually move these master classes from physical to online. And so I'm running 2 master classes. One is a 4-week program for anybody interested in digital marketing. And then another one is an 8-week program specifically for marketing managers who want to now learn the digital marketing aspect. But then I also have 2-hour trainings, one off where I train salespeople how to generate leads from their digital marketing. And I also train people who basically just want to know how to navigate their online presence. So I have a number of trainings. I mean, every day is just another day to brainstorm of a new idea or a new training I can come up with. Very soon, I'm actually planning to come up with one around personal development. So watch out, guys. Something good is coming. And the best part is it will first start off free. So you better stay tuned. Yeah, so those are the trainings I'm currently doing.
Okay, wow, those are quite a number of trainings, and I feel like there's something for everyone. Well, I'm not sure if I should say everyone, but there's something for like a huge audience. So you can always get something to learn from her. And I love what you have said that you actually started this training as a way of solving problems for people in the digital space. I mean, that is so impressive and so thoughtful of you. So now, I want us to take now this is like the last part of our conversation of this interview. And it's going to prove whether people are going to come and join your master classes. We're going to see. So I have a few questions lined up for you, and we're going to do it as fast as possible. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So what was the first social media app created, and which year was it created?
Wow. See, I think it was called 6 Degrees, and it was created in 1997. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you actually got that. I'm shocked.
Yes.
Okay. Who is known as the queen of Instagram? Like, who has the most followers on Instagram?
Hey. Ariana Grande. I'd say Ariana Grande. I think she has around 190 million followers.
Oh. Yeah. Wow. I'm shocked, Melanie. Wow. I can see clearly you know your space. All right. Guys, you can see, okay. And then which social media app has best days for the categories that it has?
Well, personally, for that question, I wouldn't want to narrow it down to one platform because being in the digital marketing space, it kind of depends with your consumer. So when is your consumer online, and when are you actually putting up your communication as an organization? So I wouldn't say a specific channel, but if you had to really, really, really narrow me down, I would say maybe Facebook. Maybe Facebook. Yeah, based on what I see from my clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on what you see. Okay. That shows that there's actually, we can conclude that there's no particular answer for like any question. You can always open up and, just defend your answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can work with that, yes. So, and now my last question. What is the most retweeted tweet?
Hey, these questions are hard. This is such a test.
Remember.
Wow, to be honest, I have no idea. I can't even imagine. Maybe something that's giving out free things, but I can't be specific. Maybe you tell us.
Actually, you are on track when you're saying someone giving free things. So in this case, the most retweeted tweet, according to Feb this year, is a tweet by a Japanese entrepreneur who is called Yasuka Maezawa, who was giving money to people. So he was having like a money giveaway. So yeah, so that's the most retweeted tweet.
Well, I wouldn't even have guessed. I wouldn't even have guessed. Nice to
And see, you
know.
see, at least you're on track because you thought about, someone who's giving people things. So yes.
Yeah, and people like free things, so hard to beat.
Yeah, I mean, and in this case, it's free money. It's not even like a free wig or braids.
True, very true.
All right, so I've actually come to the end of my questions, and I've actually learned a lot those few minutes that we've been talking, and yeah.
Wow, thanks so much, Marcy. I think you made it so fun, so easy. Those are questions that people have been asking me for such a long time, and I'm really glad that I get to answer them today because, I mean, it's constant questions. And I'm like, this is not something I was born with, so don't imagine that digital marketing was injected in me, or I came out like that. This is something I actually got to have as a hobby and actually grow into it. And actually now it's a passion for me. So thank you so much. Thanks guys for watching. I'm really grateful. Marcy, thank you for being on this channel. I'm sure everyone is so glad to have met you. So until next time, bye.